If you're having issues with your volume buttons on your phone or having problems with your volume slider, I've brought quick fixes for you guys, and I'm going to be showing you two apps that will hopefully fix your problem. So the first app is this one. It's just a app that you put on your home screen and you can just tap it and it will bring up your volume slider. So for example, if you're browsing on the web and you need to change your volume, but your volume button is not working, you're just going to go on home screen really quick and tap on it, and this will bring up your default volume slider from your phone. And this is the first method. All right, so here's the second app that you can use, and this app will permanently view the volume buttons and it will require some permissions. So first of all, you're going to open the app and it's going to view the permanent buttons on all the apps, so it's going to need a permission for overlay. You're just going to tap on it, and according to your device you're just going to follow instruction and give it the permission. It also requires a permission to run on background, and you're just going to click on allow. So as you can see, here are two buttons here that I can adjust my volume with. So the first one, um, the first option here is to show and hide the volume button. So we're obviously going to want to keep this on because assuming your volume buttons are not working. So the first, here are quite a few customization tools that you can use. So this app has a paid version too for the further customization that you can use if you want, but I'm just going to be using the free version for today's video. The first option is this one, slider Android. This will show up, and here are quite a few if you want to choose from them. iOS one and the MIUI. Here, as you can see, there are two other options, and they have this crown on it. That means you will require a premium version to access them. Today I'm using a free version, so I'm not going to be using them. So first of all, we're gonna see what's inside the button settings. So here at the very first, here's button transparency. So if you have anything in the background, you can just adjust it to see. For example, I cannot see the button size right now, but if I increase the transparency, I can easily see the button size, and the button size speaks for itself. It's just to increase or decrease the size of the buttons. And then the button corner radius, it will just square out the buttons. So if you like quite sharp edges, you can adjust it according to your choice. And then the distance between buttons, you can increase the size. And one option here, you can see there is a crown, so you'll require a premium version to access it. If you're interested, you can do that, but for now I'm just going to be showing you the free options. And in the button background, you can see it's just plain white, so I'd like it to be red, so my personal preference, so it's going to change the background to red. And outline color, it's right now blue. I'm just gonna keep it white at the center. It looks quite nice. And this one, I don't think you would want to keep it turned on because it does not allow it will fix the button position. So in certain apps you will require it to see what's on the background, so if you turn it on, you cannot move the buttons anywhere. So I'd recommend you keep it turned off. And the very last option is system volume bar. So this will just bring up your default phone's system bar that will change if you press on the buttons. But I very much prefer this in-app other sliders, so I'm just gonna keep it turned off. Now the other setting that we have is the slider setting. So it's just for this slider that shows up. Oh, why is this showing up? Wait. So I am going to turn it off, and now, so if I go to the slider settings, it's just for the slider that shows up here. and you can increase or decrease the transparency as your choice. And then here is animation that you can choose. So I chose the fade, it's going to fade up. Then we have slider timeout. It will time out according to your setting. Then we have very basic settings here, like the slider background color. So right now I'm going to give it, keep it a white background, and then if I track the foreground color, I can choose it to red to match my buttons. So if I choose it, the slider right now is red. Then the other option is the thumb color, that this circular thing that you choose. I'm also going to match it to red. So this circle on top, the thumb, is going to change color. So as you can see here, quite a few customization features that you can do on your own according to your preferences and play around with it. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Please consider subscribing, and yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching.